everyone, Jose, 32 back again with a look at this week's mail. Bit of a short week since Friday is a mail holiday here in Canada because it's Good Friday. Happy Easter to everyone. And Monday is also a mail holiday because it's Easter Monday. It's a government holiday here in Canada. Nobody else gets it, but the government gives themselves a holiday. And since the post office is government, they don't work. But I'm not expecting that much next week. But this week, I'm making up for it. I'm making up for last week and next week, this week. First of all, decks. I got some. I got some here from Vanishing Ink. The first one is one from Stockholm 17. It is the Cyclopeans Zirconium deck. It doesn't say, it says Cyclopeans on the front, but it's the Zirconium. And it's a pretty cool deck. It says Zirconium on the side. It's got this interesting mythology to it. It's pretty cool. Beautiful tuck case. I wasn't expecting this, and I just saw it on Stockholm. I saw it on Vanishing Ink's website, and I'm like, that looks pretty nice. And then I saw it was Stockholm 17. I wasn't surprised. And so I picked it up. I got a few more here from Vanishing Ink. The next one here is the Tree of Vanity, put out by Room 1 Cards, printed by them apparently as well. It's a marked deck. It's got several markings, apparently. But I have no information on the marking systems, other than I can tell you it's marked. Fairly standard deck outside of that. Then I have two Royal Sanctuary decks. Again, there's some kind of background to these decks about this sanctuary for people. It's pretty cool. It's produced by Max Playing Cards, printed by Noir Arts, and designed by Shapeshifter Playing Cards. So it's got the same kinds of court cards as pretty much all the other decks, if you've seen them. And one more set of decks here I got from Vanishing Ink. This is the Aces 2.0 plastic decks from Vanda Playing Cards. Snowmen apparently, and this is the back designs. They're plastic decks, very nice custom artwork. That being said, they're a little bit pricey, especially the reason why I got these from Vanishing Ink as opposed to the Vanda website is because on Vanda they wanted like $45 Canadian to ship the damn things to Canada. I'm like, no thank you. So I got them from Vanishing Ink, a few bucks more than it was on Vanda. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but free shipping, so there's that. Then I got a couple of decks produced through Drive-Thru Cards. These are both from Crab Fragment Labs, like some others I've got in the past, designed by James Ernest. The first is the Whispers Papa deck, which is a H-suited deck, I believe, yeah, it says H-suited deck, and pretty cool artwork. There's no court cards or anything like that. It's just numbers 1 through 6. And there's some zeros, aka the Whispers cards. And it's made specifically this way for this Papa trick-taking game, which I'll look at some point in time. I actually can't find my other Whispers deck. It's somewhere. I just haven't been able to locate it. I was hoping to find it, but it is what it is. I got one more from them. It is the Blossom deck, which is a 6-suited deck, similar to the Island deck that I've looked at before, except that it's made with basically 2 sets of green, red, and blue suits, a day and night color for each suit, which is kind of cool. And it's designed again for a couple of games, with a couple of games in mind. Then I got games. Oh boy. Let's start off with the small ones here. I got some games from a seller on the Geek market, a board game Geek. The first one's a little 1 to 2 player game from Stonemaier Games, best known for Wingspan and now Finspan and also Wormspan. I'm not getting any of those at the moment anyways because they're pretty massive and they take up a lot of space to play. But this is their smallest game. It's a little 1 to 2 player cooperative game called Smitten, which has nods to some of the other games in there. It's a celebration of their 10th anniversary. So it came out in 2022. Pretty small little game where you're trying to play cards into a certain pattern. You're trying to have you and your opponent or cooperative opponent are trying to have the same pattern at the end of the game. And I also got from this seller a couple of small games here from the Paco Games. Paco Games. The Paco Games line of games is what I meant to say. I somehow combined games and line. From Chris Handy, we have So, which is a little farming game where you're going to be planting seeds and growing flowers and trying to collect the most beautiful bouquet to earn points. It's a nice little game. And this is number 15 in one of his series. And then the other one is Hue, which is all about the colors. And this one is you are connecting sections of colors in a tile lane strategy game. Of course, it's cards. Whoever has the most valuable free colors, I guess, wins. And this is number 1 in one of their lineups. Pretty cool. And the seller actually sent me a third game for free. And I'm glad he sent me this one because he had this one on the market. I was a little bit uncertain about getting it. And then the other one he had is Dig, which I already have. But he sent me Boo, which is a 2-player face-off, it says. And you are battling for the graveyard in this spooky tactical game. You're playing cards and flipping ghosts. And you're trying to have the most of your color in either black or white to win the game. And this was number 16 in a series. So yeah, I got those all from the seller on the Geek Market. $5 each, basically, $5-10. One was $10, the other was a $5. One is free, so no complaints there. Then I got some games from Board Game Bliss. A couple of different orders in here. Because there's a pre-order as well. First we have, we'll start with the small. Well, we'll start with, speaking of small, we'll start with these. I got some expansals for a game. Actually, I can't speak. Expansions, not expansals. For a game I got a while ago, it's a trick-taking game called Tome. And so I got these 2 expansions, the Silver Codex and the Sound Codex. They just add some new cards to the game. It's pretty cool. And then another game I got here, it's pretty small, is from Helvetique. It's called Ninjan. It's basically a game of paper, rock, scissors with cards. And you're trying to score the most points. It's a pretty cool little game. Then I got stuff all over the place what I got. I got here a couple of games from a company called Ingenuity. Neither one of these is particularly new. The versions are new. But my understanding is these have been available in retail in America, like Target and stuff, for quite some time. The first one is Links, and they open up like this. You see the cards in there. And this is a game where you are trying to link different cards by value and color. And this came out 2022, originally 2003. So these have been around for 20 plus years. The other one is Combos, which is, you might have guessed, it's a set collection game where you're trying to collect certain sets based on the cards that are out there to score points. And again, this one originally came out in 1997. Got some nice shiny foil on the box. And I believe on the cards as well. Both of them actually have shiny foil. Then I have, this is the most recent one. This is a pre-order I got. It's from Randolph, and it's called Zungo. It just came out. And it is basically a ladder climbing game of sorts. You have to play cards from your hand that are the same value, and they have to be adjacent to each other, and you can't rearrange your hand. So it's kind of cool, and you just play through it. Doesn't take that long. It's pretty nice. Then I have an older one here. I got 2 here from TMG, Tiny Minstrel Games. I haven't gotten anything from them before. And this one is Zooscape. I haven't actually had a chance to look at this one yet, but a lot of these other ones I've looked at. And this one is you're a zookeeper, and you're trying to carefully choose which animals to chase after and which ones to let go. Basically, This is an I Cut, You Choose game where a player will put some cards out and you have to select certain ones. It's pretty cool. It came out in 2016. It's out of print, but the reason why I got some of these games like that one and this next one and a couple others here is because they were on sale. Board Game Bliss was having a sale. I saw these games I wasn't familiar with. They look pretty cool. I decided to get them, and now they're like out of stock. The other one here, another one that I have here from TMG, is Bomb Squad Academy, where you are going to defuse bombs. It's your final exam, and you're a cadet trying to learn, trying to figure out which wire to cut, and it's all about scoring points, and it's pretty cool. A little bit more than I'd like to explain right now, but very nice. And then there is another one that I got in that sale. Is from Rio Grande Games, and actually, double check this one. It came out in 2015. Tasty. They say tiny. It's Tasty Minstrel Games. I don't know why I said tiny. My bad. But I got one here from Rio Grande Games. It's been a while since I got one from them. And this one is a two-player game from 2012 called Pinata, which is really cool and colorful. And basically, you are going to be playing cards, and you're going to be collecting candy from those cards if you win the candy, and you're trying to collect the medals for collecting certain amounts of different colors of candy, and whoever collects the first three medals, or first to collect three medals, wins the game. It's a really nice little game. I like it. Glad I got that one. And one more. No, I think those are the only ones I got in the sale, along with combos and links. These other three were a separate order. 3 different orders from Board Game Bliss. A couple were late last week that I didn't get into last week's video, and one was this week. Anyways, here we have one from Devere that came out in, I think it was 2021. It doesn't say, but I can tell. And it is called, I believe it's pronounced Savernake Forest. It's a forest in the UK. And it's a game about laying out cards and creating paths. And you got animals that you're going to be playing that are going to be looking to collect different types of food, and you score points for them. And it's a pretty nice little game. And then I got another kind of tile laying game here with cards, of course. Also from Randolph. And this is Flowers. Not to be confused with another game called Flowers, which is a newer version of a game that I have, which is Mandala. I'm seeing it right now. Which Mandala is a 2-player game. The Flowers version is up to 4. This is a different Flowers game. It's all about playing these flowered cards, number 1 through 4, the different colors on a table, and you have to play cards that are next to each other that are the same color or number, except for ones. You don't want ones next to each other. And you will score points for different groups of colors, kind of like that. So it's a pretty cool little game. It actually has a solo mode, which I'm happy about. And they're actually very small cards as well, small square cards. And then I have this one, which I also have not looked at yet. And it's from Laboratory H and Mr. B Games. Came out in 2020. It's called Journey of the Emperor. And this is the game where you are putting together this journey with cards that an emperor has to go on. The emperor likes certain things and you want to make sure to put those in the journey, but there's other things he dislikes that you're going to want to avoid. And it's a pretty interesting little game with very long cards. It was kind of interesting. And some small cards. Then I have some games here that I got from New Mill Industries and I pre-ordered a while ago. I'm not sure when the next one's going to be. I know they have one planned and they're planning to get some from the Tokyo Game Market soon when the next one happens. But with all the tariff stuff, it looks like they're cutting back a little bit. First I have Dickory. These are all ladder climbing, trick-taking games. Mostly 2-player games. This is a 2-player game called Dickory, where you are going to be using the box here to manipulate the value, the highest value of the cards in the game. And it's pretty cool. I haven't really sat down and looked at this one. But yeah, it's all about playing either a single card, pairs, triples, four of a kind, or a run of 3 cards. You're just trying to play out the cards from your hand and shed out. These all kind of ladder climbing setting games. The next one is Greasy Spoon. This one actually is from New Mill Industries as well. And this one also is a 2-player game. Artwork by Carly AF. Don't know what AF stands for. But this one has 3 suits in it. Ketchup, mustard, and relish. And basically, you are playing combos of food, restaurant food, like this fries and onion rings and hot dogs and I forget what the other one is. Is it burger? I think it's burger. Yeah, hot dogs and burgers, and there's also drinks, which are single cards. It's all about playing single cards and runs and pairs and trying to get rid of all the cards from your hand. It's pretty nice. And then there's Lepidoptery, also from New Mill, also a 2-player setting game. Actually, did I look at this one? I didn't look at this one. I did look at Dickory, actually, a little bit. But this one is pretty interesting. It is your avid collectors of butterflies and moths, and you and your rival are in a friendly wager to see who can display their specimens most impressively. It's a hybrid of a connection game and a deck climber. They say it's kind of like Connect 4, I believe. It's pretty interesting. And finally, from New Mill Industries, I got this one. It's actually from their imprint, Little Doubt Games. It's Dino Tricks Tarot Adventures. I do have a review of the tarot deck that you see here on the channel for members only for the moment. Basically, it's 3 different games that you can play with a tarot deck that they've designed and some other extra cards. And artwork by Sai Beppu, who does wonderful stuff. And then I have one more. I got from Zatu Games. This is a big one. It is from 2021 from Osprey Publishing, Osprey Games. And it is Brian Boru, the High King of Ireland. Haven't sat down and looked at this one yet, but it is a massive trick-taking game. All about trying to win different territories, control different territories, and yeah, score points, win the game. Pretty interesting. It's got this big board, this big map, and lots of tokens and cards. But yeah, very nice. This one is a little harder to find these days, but it's also designed by Pierce Sylvester, by the way. It is the designer's name. It's also on BGG, one of the more highly rated trick-taking games. I was a little bit unsure about getting it because it's pretty big and it involves a board, and I like to be more just card specific. But I decided, it's a trick-taking game. I'm going for it. This has been a long video. That is it for this week. Next week, might have something from 401 Games, a pre-order, and not much else. I'm not expecting much next week. The week after, we'll see. Not expecting too much either. Anyways, I do have stuff coming though, so stay tuned. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.